Hello, it's Matt from Excel Pro Tech, and today I want to take you through the taking apart of a HP, and the model number is a 15-G255, S for Sierra, A for Alpha. So what I'm actually going to be doing is taking this apart to change a hard drive in it. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to basically get to the hard drive, because as you can see, there is no way, there's no access plate to get to the hard drive specifically on the back, so we're going to have to take most of this to pieces. So let's start then. A few tools that you're going to need. You're obviously going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and you're probably going to need some plectrums as well, possibly some of these, which we will get to at a later date. Okay, let's make a start. So let's just begin by taking the battery out. Two of these to the side there. That can go over there. And I've obviously started on the bottom of the laptop because that's where we're going to start out. I'm going to start with this hole here. This is holding in the CD-ROM drive, the DVD drive. So take the screw out, and we should just be able to, if you get a thumbnail in there, if you've got a long enough thumbnail, or you could use a plectrum, you should just be able to take the DVD drive out. And again, put it to one side. I might save my little screw with that so that we know which one goes there. And put that to one side. So, right, let me show you, while we've taken the DVD drive out, let me show you this. If I can get a good angle on it. Probably not. I'm going to have to probably show you upside down, but let me get my screwdriver there. So there are two screws. You can see one there and one there as well. Let's take those out while we're in this general region. So they're only tiny screws. Just pop them over to the one side. And then basically we're going to do all the rest of these screws here. Let me just get that back in focus. So I'd just make your way around the end. Let me try and get this so you guys can see it. So just work your way around, taking out all the sort of screws in the holes that you can see. Preferably try and put them in order when you're putting them down, so that you know where each screw goes. To be honest, I think all the screws in this are of the same size, but you know what? It's better to make sure, put them in some sort of order when you're putting them down. You can if you've got a magnetic mat, just do a quick sketch and put all your screws on the magnetic mat or pad. See if we can just get a bit more light. There we go. Now these screws should all come out easily. There shouldn't be any that are jammed. Or there shouldn't be anything weird basically on this. It should be fairly straightforward. That one there. Let me just double check, visual check, make sure I've got all the screws. Yep, okay, so next step, and this might have, if you've already tried to do this repair, this might have thrown you. There are some screws underneath these things here, these little rubber pads. So what you could do, I keep a long thumbnail. I should just be able to get that out. But if you are struggling with your thumbnail, just use a plectrum just to take that bit of rubber out. There we go, and you'll see there's a little screw. So again, put your rubber to one side. You don't want to lose your rubber. There we go. They're quite stubborn, really well stuck down, so... And then all we need to do is remove the... You see that? There we go. That's a bit better. No, there we go. Remove that screw there. Okay, so these are longer screws, so you really do need to keep them to one side. And you should just be able to pop those out, just like that. Voila. And again on this other side here. Nope, there we go. Do it with that hand there. No, that does seem to get a shadow on it, never mind. Again, take your screw out, and you should just be able to pop that, give a good thing. I'm going to put my screw in there so I don't lose it, because these are longer screws, so what we don't want to be doing is putting them into other screw holes where you can potentially damage the laptop. Right, okay, turn it over and open it up. What the hell's beeping? And here again, we need our screwdriver. Sorry, we need our plectrum, because we need to take out this keyboard here. Now, you probably feel that it's quite loose anyway. It's literally held down by one screw, so... But if you're having problems, start at the top, where the number keys are. Just work your way around that top bit there, and you should be able to just get a lift on it. What you might find helpful is one of these tools, just to get a good bit of leverage on it. And now we can just take this keyboard out. So I'm going to flip it this way because it's going to be easiest for you guys to see it. Me taking out the little catch, the little flippy thing. So basically just get your get a plectrum, get your fingernail underneath it, just to release the keyboard and take it out, slide it out, and put your keyboard somewhere safe. Now, there are a few more bits of wire that we need to take out. There's one here, that's for the on-off button, I think. And so just flip it up with your fingernail or with a plectrum. And then we've got one here for the trackpad. Again, flip it up, take it out. And the only thing now that we need to do, there are 4 screws to take out. So let's start with this one over here. Again, keep these separate from your other screws. So one there, there is one right at the top here. One here by the trackpad thing, cable, and another one right in the corner. Make sure you get that one in the corner, so otherwise you're not going to be able to take it apart. So this, there's a little trim around the white part here. I'm not sure if you can just see that, but let's try it from somewhere where you can see it. So I'm just putting my plectrum down here and gently working your way around the edge of the laptop. And you should be able to hear the plastics clicking and cracking as you make your way around. And just ignore that. Don't worry, you've already taken out that screw. I'll be honest, I've already gone on and replaced the hard drive and then realised that this isn't recording anymore. I must have flicked the button while I was taking this off. So, as I say, work your way around with the plastics all the way around, and it should be loose. There shouldn't be anything else connected. And take that off, put it to one side. So, right, what we're concerned with now is the hard drive. This is a hard drive replacement for this customer. If you wanted to at the same time, you have also got access to the fan. You can blow that out. This fan is absolutely immaculate. Nothing wrong with there, so I don't need to do that for this customer. He's only had it pretty much he says he's just over a year. So, right, there are 2 screws holding this hard drive in, 2 black screws. We've got them there. And there, next to this USB board. So take that out. Both of them out. And just flick it to one side very gently. You should be able to just lift it up there. And so, what's holding it in is actually just 2 little bits. Let's get it in focus. This little bit of metal and 2 screws. So let's take that out. That one and that one there. And we have released our hard drive, our faulty hard drive. So we get our new hard drive, which in my case is the exact same hard drive because I'm doing this work just to show you guys. Thank you. And what we need to do is just plumb this back, screw this back in, this metal plate back in on the bottom of the hard drive. There we go. Make sure it's in nice and tight because this is the only thing holding this hard drive in, to be honest. So make sure you've got a good connection there. Pop it back in. And you should be able to hear it click in place. And then we need our 2 black screws just to hold it in place. Remembering that this is the only thing holding it in, so make sure they are down and nice and tight, and that this hard drive is not going to move about anywhere. Okay, so we're still recording, so let's put the plastics and the motherboard shield back on. So this ribbon cable here is quite flexible. It's not held down by anything, so make sure that is still popping through the hole when you're putting it back on. Otherwise, you're going to have to take it back off again just to feed that through. So yeah, we've got that and that cable there. Okay, so just go around, snap the plastics back into place. You should hear them click. And make sure they're down nice and tight again. So let's screw this back in. Let's start with the one in the corner there. So that's a bit weird. Then we've got one just there by the ribbon cable for the trackpad. And then we've got one right at the top. And another just by the keyboard, where the keyboard ribbon cable goes in. Okay, super. So, we just need to reattach our trackpad now. Fiddly ribbon cables. Just go in. And snap that down over it to make sure it's all lined up nicely. Remember that this has got a bit of tape over it, so I don't know if this is what HP have put on or if it's someone else has gone into it already before me, but that's there. Snap that down again Put your bit of tape over it again. And we can put our keyboard back in. Right, I'm going to do it this way because it is much easier just to show you guys. Otherwise my hands are going to be in the way. Just pop that ribbon cable in, make sure it's all the way in and that the line is right up to the black little clip, and there we go. Put in the bottom first, lay it down, and there might be some plastic bits there that just help to hold it into place. So we need to go back to the bottom of the laptop, and let's start putting all of these little screws in. So I'm actually going to start with the optical, the little screws that go by the optical drive. So those are these screws here. So they've got a nice big head on them. Don't drop it like I did. One and two. And then that means we can put our optical drive in again. I'll just take out the screw that I put in there. So yoink. Make sure you put it in all the way, otherwise your screw's not going to go in, and it's not going to make the connection with the SATA ports either if you don't push it all the way in. Okay, and then we are literally just left to screw everything down. So might as well just start in this corner here. Why not? Again, make sure you put in the right screws in the right places. What you don't want to do is end up with a big bulge in the plastics where you've put a screw that is longer than what it should be. There we go. And then that screw for the keyboard. There we go. Right, there we go. So our last part of this job is to reattach these bits. So I find these bits a bit awkward, so let's just get that a bit more central. So there are little clips on here. You need to just push those in and shove it down. Make sure that those clips are in. What I find sometimes, if you think it's a bit loose, just try and screw it down. That tends to help. Just snap the plastics in place properly. Okay, that one is sorted. And this one right here. Again, oh, I've got the little rubber bit attached to it. There we go. So yeah, you'll have heard it then, just the plastics clicking into place. And let's screw that in. There we go. Just seemed to refuse to grip there, but anyway, there we go. Put the little bits of rubber on and you are there. All you need to do now is reattach your battery, load it up, and Bob's your auntie's uncle. So that is all from me. My name's Matt at XL Pro Tech, and this is how to take out the hard drive and replace a hard drive on a HP 15-G255 Sierra Alpha. Please subscribe to the channel, or if please like the video if you've liked what we've done today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.